But hey, I assume they listen to the show, so they should have known the kind of content we produce. And the check cleared. Even better.
Done.
Even
It's
better.
good.
Oh. This one time.
So, this one time.
This one time?
This one time.
This one time.
Oh my god, this one time?
The podcast.
Hey, my love, we had an email question come in this week. Actually, it was a very long question, so rather than read the entire thing, I'm going to summarize it. This comes in from Maria, and she basically said, in a lot of words, I want to be a travel writer. Should I pay good money to take this online course that promises to teach me to be a travel writer? Thank you, Maria.
You are great at summarizing.
Thanks, baby.
Thanks for asking, Maria. I'm Sheila D.
And I am Evo Terra. You are listening to This One Time. We are Shivo. I think I got that backwards, but nonetheless, the idea is out there. So Maria's question was twofold. The biggest one was, could she become a travel writer? And B,
Yes.
should she take this, should she
Course.
sign up for this course to teach her how to be a travel writer? Can you answer the second part of that one first for me, honey? Should she sign up to take this course to learn how to be a travel writer?
I'd say no.
I say hell no. Run
Yeah.
away.
I say just jump in if you're going to. But we've got some information about that regarding like funds and things like that. It's a hard life as a travel blogger.
Yeah, it's a hard life travel. But before we go down that road, back to the original question, would you suggest someone pay money to take a course to teach them how to be a travel writer?
No, but I don't think it's a bad idea to take a writing course.
Yes.
I think everybody can hone up on their writing skills.
Well, yes, but however, it makes sense to sign up to become it makes sense to become a better writer. And if
Yes.
you need to take a course to become a better writer, then take a course to become a better writer. But if you think that there is someone out there, or if some agency has created a long form email that makes it seem like all you have to do is take this course, and travel magazines, travel blogs, and other travel publications are just waiting for you to send them information and then riches will flow from there, yeah, that's bullshit.
run away.
That is not going to happen. So no.
You
do
know what
not
that
sign up for
does?
that. What?
It gets that company rich, not
Exactly right. That's exactly what that does. That's designed to make them rich, not make you rich being a travel writer. Now back to question A. Getting rich being a travel writer. Yeah, that's good for about, 5 people I can think of.
yeah.
Maybe 50 in total. I mean, it's like anything in life. It's the upper echelon, the top 0.1 percenters who make all of the money. Can you make money being a travel writer?
Yes.
And do people do it?
Yes.
Absolutely. Absolutely it happens. Is it going to happen for you? Statistically speaking, no. But,
You're a downer.
well,
you
rather,
know that?
rather than be a downer, I thought what we should do, honey, for the rest of this program is tell
Lay it out.
our people how it worked for me, how it worked for us.
I was going to say just you.
Well, how it worked for us in the life of being, well, for me being a travel writer,
Okay.
and for us being travel influencer, because we have been paid,
We have been paid.
we have gotten free stuff,
That is true.
and we have gotten upgrades.
That is true too.
Now we shall go into the hard and fast reality. So if you want to break out your pencils and start keeping track of this in an accounting mode, well, have fun. I'm not sure I recommend you doing that. It's going to be a depressing story. Spoiler alert.
Okay,
But
so
we will
let's
run through it.
Let's start with our biggest one. The first biggest one that we got paid for is working with Travelsmith as writer.
That's correct. Travelsmith is, or I should say was, a large travel outfitting company. They sold clothing and bags and other accessories for the travel lifestyle.
Anybody that was on your Snapchat remembers the fashion shows.
That's right. I forgot about the fashion shows on Snapchat. Oh my God, I miss those days.
Oh, me too.
That was awesome. The Salmon Pants Fashion Show. So great. So great. You're exactly right.
I'm surprised you don't bring those out just on like Saturday nights. And
It's Saturday night. I have them. That is an excellent suggestion, my dear. Please hold while I put on my salmon pants and break out the right said Fred. I'm too sexy for my salmon pants.
Back to what we're talking about.
Right. So Travelsmith, we got very lucky. We met Travelsmith. We met a guy named Matt, who at the time worked for Travelsmith when we were at a conference, which we'll talk about conferences in a little bit. Met him not far into our realization that we were travel bloggers.
Like within a month.
Yeah,
of
within 30
realizing-
days,
yeah.
realized we were travel bloggers and got an opportunity to start writing in exchange for goods.
Originally it was just in exchange for goods. There
It
was no
was.
money.
You write me an article that we agree on a topic, and I will send you. I think he sent us $500 worth of product.
Yes. And we got to choose the product.
Yep. Pick and choose the product. It could be anything that we wanted in the catalog of Travelsmith at the time. Clothes, bags, whatever. Didn't really matter. So we did that. I think I did that a couple of times.
More than a couple.
2, 3. Whatever
maybe
the time
4,
was.
something
Yeah,
like
maybe
that.
so, to where... And the great thing about working with Travelsmith is I was working with an amazing editor on the back end.
Yeah.
This wasn't just I turn in an article and they publish it. This is I turn in an article and the woman who has been an editor for 40 years would then go through and just crush my words to death, which is awesome. I actually love that when I'm working with a professional editor. She made my stuff so much better than it was.
She did. She did a great job.
Fantastic job. So after X number of times of doing that, they liked it. We liked the products. Matt said, hey, let's formalize this a little bit more.
Exactly.
So the formalized deal, I'll just lay it on the table because I'm not under any strange NDA, is that I created twice monthly content for them.
Right.
And in exchange, I think we got paid... and it was for an entire year, and I believe the payment on each one of those was around $250 per article.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, we received $250
Worth
monthly worth of product.
Yes.
So what does that break down? That's $500 a month plus $250 worth of product. And that relationship went on. They loved it. They loved the stuff we were doing. We did some other stuff with it as too. Like Sheila mentioned the Snapchat stories that I did, because we also did some tweets and some blog posts. Well, we did our own internal blog posts, some social media stuff, and some video.
Right.
And at the time I got into Snapchat and was doing a lot of Snapchatty stuff. So part of the deal was, instead of doing things on YouTube, we'll create Snapchats,
some social stuff
for this when they come in. So that was a lot of fun. That was going really well, but only one thing stood in our way: capitalism. The company sold to another company, and it sounded like it was going to be great because this other company was an even bigger company who could do even more, and what they did was close everything down. All of the articles that we wrote are down. But now it is strictly e-commerce all the time.
Yes.
No longer are they using blogs to drive traffic to the website. So boo-hoo, Matt, who was the way we got in, is gone. They fired most of the staff. All the editors are gone. And so it all went down. But that was a fun thing while it lasted a little over a year of the paid relationship.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
so
we re-signed it a couple of times. So yeah, that was the big deal. Travelsmith. And there you go. $500, $250 an article.
Right.
Plus free stuff.
It's hard to live on $500 a month.
Yeah.
But you also wrote for Findery.
So around the same time that I met Matt from
Yeah.
Travelsmith, I met up with the people that run an app called Findery.
Yep.
And with Findery, it was a similar situation over there. It was, hey, we need someone to write stuff for us. Would you be interested in doing so? And so they paid me, and I don't think I got paid a whole lot. I think I got paid like maybe this. I make maybe 200 is what I think the number was.
I don't remember.
I got paid to write. I got paid $200 to write an article for Findery that wound up on Huffington Post.
Yep.
So where it was published was HuffPo, but it was written all about Findery, or all for Findery, but penned by me. So totally a work for hire. I got a byline on it, but everything really went back into into Finder for that. So that was a one-off deal. One time, hey, can you write this article?
Yep.
Yes, I can. And that was it, because apps, as it turns out, also don't have a whole lot of money.
No.
Especially
they
when
don't.
those apps don't charge anything to their users, right? The free economy strikes again. So I did for that.
Yeah. And then we did the Ricola event.
Oh, yes. Yeah. So Ricola Thailand reached out to me last year. This was partly because we were doing our podcast, but also because I was connected with the Bangkok podcast,
Right.
the other show that Greg and I do. They reached out and said, hey, we were talking to your partner, Greg, host of the Bangkok podcast and longtime Bangkok blogger.
Yes.
He's coming to our event. Would you like to come to our event? So I immediately contacted Greg and I said, how much are they paying you? And
Yeah.
he gave me the number they were paying me. And so I wrote back to the Rico people and I said, yes, I will do it for the exact same amount of money that you're paying Greg, which was 5,000 Thai baht.
It's still not chump change.
No, it's not chump change at all. 5,000 Thai baht's about 150
50?
bucks. Yeah,
Yeah.
about 150 US at the time. And for that, we had to go to the Ricola event, which was very difficult to do. It was at the rooftop bar in Bangkok. It was, fully catered event with free booze and free food.
It was rough.
So rough, hanging out with the other influencers of Southeast Asia. And then you and I did a podcast about it,
We did.
which we will link to in the show notes if you missed it. Actually, we really didn't do much of a podcast about Ricola, which is what they wanted, and much more of a podcast about what a shitty job it would be to be the guy wearing the Ricola box walking around Thailand.
Yes.
But hey, I assume they listened to the show, so they should have known the kind of content we produced, and
Yes.
and the check cleared. Even better.
Done.
Even
It's
better.
good.
All right, what else did I do, honey?
You actually, and this is you went to the MBE
Yeah.
conference.
Yeah, so Nordic Bloggers Experience, NBE 2017, they needed a keynote speaker who could talk about, with authority, the travel industry as a travel influencer, which I guess I am. I guess we are. And also someone who could speak well. And I have done keynote speaking for a fair amount of time right now. So they flew me to Finland last year. Longtime listeners may remember. And I keynoted their conference. And I was compensated for
Yes.
that. They wrote me a check plus took care of all of the expenses along the way. And I'll share exactly what that was with you. That was $500 US.
And you were gone for like, what, 2 or 3 weeks?
3 weeks.
Yeah.
3 week free trip and $500 in pocket.
Which is kind of why we went back to Estonia.
Exactly.
'Cause
why
you
I went
loved
back.
it.
I had a great time there.
Yeah.
So if you're keeping score at home, you know what the number is. I don't know what the number is, and it wasn't a whole lot. What else?
Well, that's about it for paid gigs.
That was it for paid gigs. That
We-
was it for paid gigs
Right.
for 2.5 years.
So now we're on to freebies. Things that we got for free.
Because here's the deal. It doesn't take a lot for a travel blogger or a travel influencer to get free things from companies.
Right.
It's hard to get paid.
It is hard to get paid.
As any travel influencer will tell you, especially just starting out, the first 2 or 3 years, it's really, really, really hard
Yeah,
to get
it's
paid.
rough.
There are a lot of people in the travel influencer space, and many of them only want free stuff.
Yeah, they just want to do an exchange.
And we have been guilty of that, as we're about to talk about right now.
Yes.
We have definitely done some freebie trips. Some good, some great.
We're going to just talk about the big ones.
Let's talk
not-
about the big ones.
Okay. The biggest one we did was in China, in Chengdu, with the Nicolo Hotel system.
Yeah, that was a big deal. We got a full week's trip to Chengdu, which is in the Sichuan area.
Yes.
Yes, where Szechuan chicken comes from. Not the chicken itself, but where the Szechuan peppers come from.
The peppers.
When you're at home eating Szechuan chicken, you think that's what we're talking about. It's really not. But if they had little red peppers that are dried, those red peppers are probably Szechuan peppers.
I love those peppers.
And those come from this area of Sichuan, China, where they're handpicked by pandas, if I understand it right.
They are not.
Anyhow, we got to go. Thank you very much to our friends Eric and Amber, who were much more serious about this travel blogging stuff. Their brand is With Husband in Tow. We'll link to that in our show notes and the listening notes if you're check on your app. they needed some people to go with them on a trip to Chengdu, and we got picked.
Specifically, they wanted photos.
Yeah, that wasn't me bringing along. This is the Sheila party right here.
Yep.
Eric and Amber are really good at taking food photos.
Yes.
That's what they're known for. But Chengdu, the Nicolo Hotel, wanted pictures of the Chengdu area to show people in the Western world that there's more to travel in China than they think about.
Yep.
And they needed a photographer along. So they brought their favorite photographer along, Sheila.
Yay.
And I got to tag along. It was awesome.
So yeah, so they Nicolo actually paid for the hotel. They paid for our flights, and they took care of several of our meals.
Just
they
about
took
everything.
care of the tour out to the Lashan area to see the giant
Oh,
Buddha.
that's right. Yeah.
They paid for our driver to go to the panda research sanctuary.
Right.
And they really took care of us. Philip and Jonathan were awesome.
Amazing
So,
trip. We really did
yeah.
enjoy it. Yeah, that was a great time. So thanks for them. So sometimes freebies are out of the park.
Right.
And that was one. If somebody says, hey, can you come to China? And you're new at travel blogging, you say yes.
Do you remember when we came back? I think it was from the Lashan Buddha, and our bathtub was overflowing with bubbles
Yes.
and rose petals.
Yes. And you made that sound like, oh my God, my bathtub was overflowing. And then you put the bubbles in the rosebuds, which is why I do the travel writing and you do the photography. Yes, they had set a lovely romantic bath for us that was all set up when we got back in our
It
hotel
was
room.
beautiful.
How awesome was that? If you're traveling to China and you're going to Chengdu, you stay at the Nicolo Hotel,
Oh,
not just because they set us up for free, but because it was amazing.
it was an incredible
They
place.
showed us the right way to do things, so thanks to them.
And then we stayed in Kolak at the Marriott.
Yeah,
as
we
well.
worked hard to get a trip to the Marriott that almost got totally buggered because we were taking my mom there. It was actually part of another piece I was writing for Travelsmith on multi-generational travel international that fell through because mom got sick
Right.
and couldn't come. So instead of mom, we returned the favor. We brought our friends Eric and Amber with husband in tow. We brought them down with us and got several nights free accommodations and tours and packages from the lovely people at the Khao Marriott just north of Phuket, which is a lovely place.
Yes,
place to
lovely. They have the longest pool in Thailand.
be. Like 3 kilometers long. It winds
Yes.
all the way through the property. It's really
It was
a cool
beautiful,
spot. Yeah, so we
beautiful.
appreciated that.
And then we go to conferences. So-
Yeah, we get a lot of our free stuff by attending conferences.
Right.
For free. You're talking about TBEC
I
specifically,
am.
right?
I am. We started with them in Spain. We were here in Thailand with them, the Philippines, and we were in Alabama with them last year.
Now, the great thing when you are a travel blogger that goes to TBEX, just simply going to TBEX, any travel blogger can go to TBEX. You pays your money, you gets your ticket. Now, with us, we don't pays monies and we gets tickets.
But that's because we're putting in some time.
Yeah,
we're both speaking.
Right. So if you, like I know Maria understands this, on the convention scene, if you say, I will present,
Right.
you get to attend for free. Well, TBEX, you apply.
Right.
And if you are chosen, then they will take care of your accommodations. And for us, they even fly us in
Wherever
whenever
it
we
is,
happen
yeah.
to be. But then also wrapped around that, you have pre-TBEX and post-TBEX events, which the tourism board and others in that space for that particular location will take care of trips and accommodations. So we've done lots with those.
Yes,
just
yes,
a
yes,
real
yes.
good time. So that's a great time to mingle, meet more people, good industry contacts. You're not going to make any money there, but hopefully you meet people who can help you make money, which is where we met Matt from Travelsmith and
Yes.
Findery. So it's definitely a good thing to attend.
It is. And we've met some lovely people while being there. So just the friend benefit is also amazing. Next, we have tours that we've taken for free. So like
Yeah.
Taste of Thailand and X Peak.
Yeah, these are 2 tour companies here in Bangkok that do tuk-tuk tours and food tours around the city. And they're not expensive, but occasionally they're looking for travel bloggers to help spread the word. And we have been fortunate enough to take a couple of trips with them. So thanks to the people from Taste of Thailand and also from X Peak for letting us travel. That's freebies.
Okay, so our next one is about upgrades.
Yes, because beyond getting paid and beyond getting things for free, there's kind of this weird thing in the middle to where you can get upgrades as a travel blogger. Yes, we can. Upgrades. And we have gotten, I could think of 3 that we had it. And this is going to sound really strange, honey, but they all center around beer.
I'm shocked.
These upgrades happen when we walk into a place. It doesn't take very long to where we're kind of like vegans and we're kind of like CrossFitters. The kind of people who it takes 3 seconds before they actually mention the fact that they're a vegan or a CrossFitter. Yeah, same thing happens with travel bloggers when they think we might get free stuff. So we went to Bottles of Beer, a brand new craft beer store that had opened in Bangkok a couple of years ago. Looking around the place, mentioned to the proprietors that, hey, we happen to be craft beer fans and we're travel bloggers.
Right.
And they sent us away with free beer.
Oh, yeah, they did. I forgot.
And
And now we're friends with Ruin.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's right. Thank you, Ruin. We do appreciate that, right?
And we've been to their new spot, the opening at their new spot.
We didn't get free stuff there. We got in that. We got in that
did,
event, which was
yeah.
great. And then just recently, when we were in Estonia at Pegasus,
Yes.
mentioned to the lovely Oscar, our waiter there, that we were craft beer nerds and travel bloggers, and I had been at his establishment a year ago
Yes.
with the Thailand Tourism Board, Visit Estonia people, and we got free beer out of that as well.
Yes.
And then also more beer here on our side of the river in Bangkok. There's a little place called Save Our Souls. Tiny, very, very, very local Thai, but craft beer location. Met the proprietor the first night we're there. Q casually dropped being major beer nerds and major influential travel bloggers. And Q's breaking out free stuff from the back. So.
And you've been back.
I have been back.
When
many
I
a time.
couldn't go with you.
Right. Many a time. And I don't think I've gotten free stuff since then. I need to work on the free angle more. It's not always. You don't always get free or upgrades or paid, but sometimes you can. That is our experience as travel influencers making money. Did we attend any classes for that? No. But I do have publication credits to my name, so I know how to write.
That is true.
There is that. We have worked for years to build up our own personal brands, which we have kind of sort of tailored into the travel space. So we are attractive to brands who want to utilize us. So there's my thought on.
But we are not getting rich off of it.
That is correct. You have a full-time job.
I do.
The vast majority of full-time travel bloggers that we know are either massively in debt, living a barely subsistence level life, even though they are not portraying that in their photos or their blog posts, or have some other have multiple sources of income. And that's the reality. Most travel people who rely on the travel space as independent people, travel influencers, let's just call them, have multiple streams.
Well, and it's also not always the pretty pictures that you always see. Like it's a lot of work.
Yeah.
It's sitting behind your computer and cursing because you can't get the images right, or the words aren't coming, or the internet has crashed again.
Yeah.
Or you can't get a response for somebody. Yeah. It's all of that.
It ain't easy.
No.
This is not an easy life we have chosen for ourselves, but it's fun.
It is fun.
It is definitely fun. So Maria, hopefully, I think we answered your question.
I think
did
we
do
did.
that?
I think we did this time.
Wow. I'll have to
We have
something
to
weird.
fix
I
that
know.
because we've been answering way too many questions.
Way too many questions. Hey, if
We've
you
been
have
spot on.
if you have a question for us, it doesn't have to be about travel writing. It can be about life. It can be about what we did in Estonia that we didn't talk about. It can be anything you would like to know about our lives lived abroad. Ask them directly of Sheila. Ask directly of me. Ask us together. It doesn't really matter. It's easy for you to ask your question to us. Yes, you could send us an email. Yes, you could tweet to us. But the easiest way to do it is to go to shivo.wtf/call us, and we will play back your voicemail on the air and then respond to you in kind. shivo.wtf/call us and ask us your question today.
We would love to hear your voice. If you think our show is worthy, give us your support.
Yes. Pretty pleased with sugar on it. We will take your support. Only took 4 takes. You're not going to hit any of those. That's fine. we can go on that. Patreon makes it relatively straightforward for you to support us, even though I'm pissed off at them right now, and our patrons know why. And that's nothing that they did other than bungled something for me. But nonetheless, they are still the sole way that we make money, because all those things we talked about at this show, those are no longer happening. We are no longer being paid by any of those people to do anything travel related. So the only travel monies we get these days are from lovely people like you. So if you have not yet signed up to become our patron, please do so. Go to shivo.wtf/Patreon and get signed up. It's like, I think we have to take like $1. It's like super cheap to come get involved and support us and help this party going. shivo.wtf/Patreon.
Our music is by Valea Valea.
Thanks for listening, listener. I am Evo Terra.
And I'm Sheila D.
For more about us, well, the easiest thing to do is stay right here wherever you're listening. Hey, by the way, we're on Spotify. We're on the iTunes. We're on the TuneIn. We're on all the different platforms. If you have not yet subscribed to our show, it's free. Podcasting is easy. Didn't you hear? Podcasting has become easy. So subscribe to our show, and we'll see you guys next week. Cheers.